talk a little bit about the policy and procedure development process. So one of the first steps to take is to consider who is that policy or procedure owner, because this owner is going to be responsible for shepherding that policy or procedure through the development and approval process. So there's several questions that you can ask yourselves to figure out who the owner is. So who is responsible for this particular function? Who has a vested interest in ensuring that the policy is both in place and working well? And ultimately, who's going to be accountable for the overall process? Now, typically, this is a central office, but it's also important to think about who are the decision makers related to that policy or procedure. And there may be an executive, a designated executive, or an executive sponsor for this policy development effort. So let me give you an example. Here at UW-Madison, several years ago now, we embarked on a process to revamp our cost transfer process. And we recognized that there were actually a couple of different owners for this cost transfer process. And those owners were our Sponsor Programs Office and our Business Services Office. Both of these offices were ultimately responsible for reviewing and approving those cost transfers. But we also had executives who were the decision makers. We had the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration and the Vice Chancellor for Research. So these executives helped to steer the process and also took ownership at a leadership level. Now, while there may be just a few owners of a process, it's important to recognize that many people, many offices across your campus may need to take ownership of the process. And we'll talk